All right, welcome to another cheap hammer battle report. This time is going to be in the same, what would I call it? The frozen north, the frozen wastes, the wastelands of the north. And it's going to be the Empire against lizardmen. So let's go through the list. What you got over there, Rich?
I got, hold on. I got 16 old cold bloods. There are two separate units of 8. Each one has a battle standard barrier.
Okay. So they're like, it's 2 units of 8 guys.
Yeah.
With 2 battle standard bearers, gold 1 riders.
Yeah.
So it's like one is over here and the other one's in the back.
Yeah, left and right.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and a formation of 4x2.
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
exactly. We have 20 Cyrus warriors with magical blade. I do not know anymore which one it was. We'll find out later. They have shield wall. They have shields and thrusting spears.
Perfect.
Same with this ones. This have the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
These guys also have cavalry spears, so the second rank also attacks.
Excellent.
And and we have the temple guard. They also have how they call it? BS
Battle standard
barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the old blood.
Soul blood.
Together with the Slan.
Slan. What is his lore?
He has the necromancy and the lore of Lostria with apotheosis, unquiet spirits, curse of years, and monsoon.
Excellent. Now I gotta go through my empire list. We're going to battle the. We're going to have the match plate number 5, which divides the map in 4 quadrants. Now, since we got the ruins in the middle, that's going to be the circle in place of the circle. It's just going to be the ruins.
These guys have frenzy because of the Skaven belt plan.
Okay, so they got frenzy. I don't know if they had, but they only have frenzy when they go against Skaven, right?
No, hatred.
Against Skaven.
Frenzy just is a common one, and they have hatred only towards Skaven.
Okay, so that pelt just gives them frenzy and hatred, but hatred is just against Skaven.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, perfect. Now, which divides the map on 4. We didn't have any objectives, but we do have the baggage trains, as you can see over there. There's the 2 of them. They haven't been painted, but they will be painted soon. Anyway, going to the Empire, we got 10 Knights of the White Wolf with shields, great weapons, barding, everything. 5 Batlangs Ogre Bulls with iron fists. 1 cannon and 2 mortars with 2 engineers with Hotchlang long rifles. 50 veteran state troopers. A steam tank with pitch and bombs, repeater pistol. And I got a General of the Empire, Captain BSB, Gryphon Banner. Oh no, Banner of... Yeah, I think it's a Gryphon Banner, I'm not sure. Wizard Lord, Battle Magic. Witch Hunter with the Revenant. And I got a Lector of Sigmar as well in the unit. And 10 Scouts, Archers over there in the ruin. Anyway, we're gonna throw to see who goes first. So it's going to be, let's see, Lizardman's got 1+, I got 4, they got 3, so it's going to be Empire turn 1. All right, end of Empire turn 1. I just marched the ogres into that position. Knights of the White Wolf. My guns couldn't shoot at anything because they got no line of sight to everything. The ruins are on the way. The big block marches over there is trying to take them from that position. It's going to take a while. Next turn is going to be just a little bit of movement and pivot, but we're trying to take them from there. Steam tank move over there, got like 6 points, so it moved 10 inches, and that's pretty much it. They got Oaken Shield casted on them, and there's not much going on. So that's Empire turn 1. Let's go to Lizardmen turn 1. All right, end of Lizardmen turn 2. The Cold One Riders failed stupidity, both of them, so they just stayed in place. These guys marched forward, these guys moved because they had to pivot, so they moved a little bit. The Slan Mage Priest moved to this position and threw a Curse of the Years onto the archers. So they got like -1 toughness, which is not really, just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I tried to cast a magic missile, but it failed miserably.
Exactly, so there was like a 2-stage plan curse them and then throw a magic missile so you can just wipe them out. But then second spell doesn't get, and Curse of the Year is not the remains in place. So it's just gonna get, you know, like vanished on the next turn. Temple Guard just stays stuck over there because he cannot move. It had to pivot or maybe move backwards and then pivot, but it gets obstructed also by the baggage train. So it got pretty much just blocked by the Call 1 Riders. Anyway, so nothing happens, not much. Let's go to Empire turn 2. End of Empire turn 2. Everything just moved forward. The big unit just pivoted over there. Oaken Shield, Shield of Fate, Hammer of Sigmar. Just why not? Ogres move over there, marched. Knights of the White Wolf march over there. And the steam tank shot with its steam cannon at this unit and managed to kill 3 of the lizard Saurus warriors. And this one shot, but overshot to that unit, so it went way further. And that's about it for Empire turn 2. Let's go to Lizardmen turn 2. All right, end of Lizardmen turn 2. The Saurus, the Call Riders charging to the Ogres. The Ogres were armed with Iron Fists. So I was thinking about taking charges from infantry and making them just last a little bit more with a little bit of armor. So they didn't have any armor piercing or anything at their advantage, and unfortunately, I didn't arm them with great weapons. They could have just wiped out the whole unit of Call 1 Riders if they had the great weapons, but they didn't. So they managed to just make 1 wound, and then they got 5 wounds done against them. They had to roll their leadership at 2, and since they are mercenaries, they don't use general, they don't rally anything, and well, they end up just fleeing. And they got a substantial amount of inches on fleeing, but they were captured by them because they got swift stride and everything, so they were run down by the Call 1 Riders. So that's a big amount of points already lost by the Empire. But let's see, and now I'm in charge range from the Call 1 Riders to go against my war machines. Hopefully they fail stupidity again. They just like stay in place so I could just shoot the shit out of them. But we'll have to see what happens. Over here, everything just moves forward. Going to try to hold them off with my Knights of the White Wolf. And then my other units are just going to be there. They're going to be a little bit like impede of moving a lot because of the monsoon over there. But we'll see what we can do to turn this around. Anyway, on to Empire turn 3. All right, end of Empire turn 3. Grape shot from the cannon on the Call 1 Riders. Managed to knock out, I think it was 2 of them, plus 1 pigeon bomb, plus 1 mortar shot, and plus the 2 Hotchland rifles. Managed to kill a couple of them. Hoping that they fail stupidity, otherwise my unit's gonna get charged and I'm pretty much cooked at that point. I think maybe the grape shot can be used as a standard shoot option. Hopefully that's the case. If that's the case, then maybe I get a chance of just wiping them out. Either if they fail stupidity or they charge, maybe I get the chance to wipe them out with the grape shot. Because if I just get charged and I don't do enough wounds and I just get charged by the Call 1 Riders on this unit, it's just going to continue killing the rest of them, and that's just a nasty bunch of points. I pivot the Knights of the White Wolves to stay in a defensive position over here. And my big block over there is still stuck, just going like merry-go-round. It's like literally they're not getting anywhere because there's such a massive block, and the positioning was so like there was a bad positioning because it has to go all the way over here, and since it's close formation, you gotta pivot it, and then it has to move forward, and then it has to chase these guys, and if they complete the charge, so it's like taking like ages to get to them, and they are just like moving in this position, just taking out my more vulnerable objects. So yeah, I mean, like I think the result of the game is just painting itself already. Slan is probably going to cast something to try to wipe out my archers, which they actually didn't shoot their bows, but that's a good reminder. I'm going to shoot my bows anyway. But I think all of this is just gonna move on this direction. Maybe, I don't know if the Temple Guard wants to fight the big block. No, obviously. Why would they? They'll just, I think the strategy is formulating as just to wipe out the Knights of the White Wolf, wipe out the war machines, ogres are gone, and just keep these dumbasses just like going around in circles around the ruin because they cannot go through it. And that's just going to be the game, you know. But that's about it for Empire turn 3. So let's go into Lizardmen turn 3. So, end of Lizardmen turn 3. And that's the end of the game. We're just gonna close it over here. There's not much need for just keep on playing, because my big block over there is just gonna turn around and just keep chasing units that are literally fleeing from them. Terrible positioning. That was just like sometimes you just gotta let the adversary place its units first, or give them the advantage of placing their units first so you can start positioning yours. But I took the advantage, I took the initiative, I placed my big block. So any unit, that's a thing, I think that's a very interesting rule that you can take into consideration. Is like, whenever you get the initiative, and you got a big massive Death Star like that one that's supposed to kill everything, don't place it first if you got the initiative. Let them place their units first so you can see where you're gonna steer or you're gonna put your Death Star. Because if the Death Star was going in this direction, then it could literally handle or fight over there all these guys, making usage of my great weapons and, you know, the braces of pistols and all of those things. But if you place your Death Star in the very beginning of the deployment, then he is going to say, oh, there's the Death Star, I'm just going to avoid it. Especially if you got something like this going on in the middle, just gonna say, yeah, fuck that shit, I'm just gonna go all the way around it and just, you know, like merry-go-round, just keep your unit just moving and pivoting, and it's not going to get anywhere. And besides, I didn't land any conveyance spell, so I couldn't just replace them, or I couldn't put it anywhere. I just got Curse of the Cowardly Flight, I think it was Oaken Shield, Curse of the Arrow Attraction, and Fireball. I couldn't land any of them because I got no line of sight, and I couldn't place them in a position that I could acquire a target. At this point, I think the only thing that I could potentially do is just spin them around and shoot a fireball at this land, which is not going to do much, but I mean, at least just out of spite. Actually, I just placed my steam tank over there because I said, you know what, I'm just gonna destroy your baggage train with a cannonball just out of hatred. But the thing misfired, so it just absorbed one wound, it didn't do anything. So I'm just gonna cast a fireball at this land just to end up the game. I don't think it's gonna kill them. If that fireball actually kills this land, if that happens, then we're going to continue the game, obviously. But I mean, it's like, it's impossible. First, it's just going to get dispelled. But I'm gonna cast it with just like a power scroll, which I have.
If you have a miscast, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Which actually, this land had a miscast. It threw 4 on the dice, so it had Dimensional Cascade. It didn't do any wounds at them, but the blast was so huge that it killed one of my archers. So it was just like, okay, so he failed, but he win at the same time. And my Knights of the Wild Wolf are gonna get cooked, and my units over here are just going to get smushed by these 3 Cold One Riders. So I'm just going to cast the fireball and then make another extra video to see what happens. But yeah, let's just see what entails. So I got a miscast on my fireball that I was going to throw at the. I'm just gonna see what happens. It's probably going to be Dimensional Cascade.
Let's see.
It's 5 and 3, which is 5 and 3. It's 8. Spell is cast, but the wizard cannot spell. Okay, so we got fireball. So let's see if fireball goes through. I mean, it's like, let's see, I got it over here.
So it goes through.
It goes through. And let's see, it's 2d6 strength 4 hits. So let's see how many hits do I get. I'm gonna get 7 hits. All right, how much is he? Has actually a pretty bad toughness. So strength 4 against toughness 3 or 2, I think it is.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. So it's gonna be on 4s. Okay, so it's on 4s, and it doesn't have AP, but it still has its word save. So let's see, 4s. We got 1, 2. That's not enough wounds anyway. So let's throw 2 wounds in. I'm just gonna save them. It landed
1.
1, just 1 hit. Not much of a damage. I mean, Anyway, so yeah, it's pointless to keep on playing. This guy's gonna get crushed, this guy's gonna get crushed, those guys are not going anywhere. Now that they pivot to see this land, they actually have to re-pivot and then move in that direction to keep just going, chasing these units. They can't go back, and it's already turn 3. There's going to be like 7 more turns until they probably catch something that's going to be all the way over here. Anyway, so I guess that's it for this battle report. It was a very nice game. New battlefield. We're obviously going to use it a couple of more times before we switch to something else. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next Cheap Hammer battle report.